Welcome to the Nightcap. I'm your host, Cindi Burbano, in for Carolina Sanchez. And tonight, I have a question for all you men out there. Is it true that you guys are feeling a little bit of societal pressure to be extra manly? We're discussing stigmas and much more. But first, we're heading over to the bar with my girl, Kayla.
Hi.
From Chapman and Kirby. Tell us,
Yes.
Kayla, what do we have here?
So today we have the saddle up.
Ooh.
So the rodeo's over, but saddle up, baby.
Not in Houston. I gotta try this. Oh my goodness. Tough, manly, delicious. You're gonna have to tell us how to make it later on. But coming up next, men, we're talking insecurities, pressures, stigmas, and much more. How tough is it to be a man nowadays? Coming up next.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
Welcome to the Nightcap. It's Guys Night Out, and I'm here with a fabulous group of men. Dr. Ty, welcome back.
Thank you
Love
much.
to have you here. We have our comedian friend, Barry. How are you?
Good to see you, good to see you.
And our fitness trainer, our fitness guru, Chaz. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
So we're just gonna jump right on it. No pun intended. Okay, so there's a new study that says that 50% of men say there's a stigma for them to be or against emotionally sensitivity or like being emotionally sensitive. What do y'all think? Is that true?
Makes sense to me.
Why is that? Why do men feel like they can't express their emotions?
I think there's a long history of men being expected to be this machismo man who like doesn't shows up in all things and is just hard and struggles to be able to show up emotionally. Like there's a large stereotype there, and I think men perpetuate this stereotype with each other.
So they kind of carry that along. What do you think, Barry?
I don't know, I think it depends how you were raised too, right? Like I was raised by a single mom and a sister, so it's a little bit different. I'm not that dude. Like I'll cry. I cried at the Big Bang Theory finale, so I don't give a damn. Like that's not ever been a thing for me. So I'm kind of that dude that's like make dudes crying normal. Like that's a
Right.
So
I'm here for that. Don't
yeah,
get me wrong.
Yeah. So like I think it just has a lot to do with your upbringing and the people that you're around.
But
more
see,
than
that
anything.
says a lot too, because I
think-
feel like as women we're allowed to be emotional, and you saying that you were raised by a woman with a sister, it was just very acceptable in your household. But there's a lot, Chaz, I don't know, that a lot of men out there, they're like, you know, if you cry, you're not tough. You're supposed to be rough. Like even dads telling boys like, stand up, what are you doing? Don't cry, keep on going. Do you think that's the case?
No, I was, I'm like Barry. I was raised by my mother, but also I had that dad that didn't allow me, didn't want to see me cry as well. So it was a hard thing to do at the time.
So y'all carry that weight, that pressure from
Of course.
society, almost be like, okay, we got to be tough, we got to pretend everything's good to keep it going.
Well, now, look, I'll be honest. I didn't start. It wasn't like when I was 15 in high school, I was bawling. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't until I was much older and more comfortable with myself. There was still that feeling of you had to be macho in high school,
Right.
in your 20s, but. I'm 49 now. I don't give a damn what any
Who
dude
cares?
thinks. Yeah,
I think it takes
I'll
a lot
cry
of-
right now. I don't give a damn. Don't
I think-
tempt me. You know what I mean? Like,
To your point, I think it takes work. I think the man as he grows up has to decide if he's going to buy into those stereotypes or if he's going to buck the system. But clearly, statistically, half of men don't.
Right.
They feel that pressure to be stoic and to turn off the emotions.
Absolutely. And this is another statistic that surprised me because more than half, 54% of men say their friendships with other men are shallow. Do you think it goes hand in hand with the fact that y'all can't show emotions, so y'all like trying to be just, keep it on the surface level? What's happening, Barry?
I think dudes are just shallow in general.
Am I digging in too deep? Am I trying to overanalyze?
I mean, look, we're not complex creatures for the most part. I mean, there are some dudes that are, complex, but I think for the most part, man, when you have a friendship with a dude, it's not like women's friendships, right? Like if I have a buddy or a friend of mine, it's a very simple friendship, right? It's a very simple list of things we do, right? It's like I don't know. It's just not a complicated relationship. It's like, yo, you want to go watch a game. You want to go have a beer. You want to go do something. Like that's
Right.
it. Like I'm not calling like, man, I need some emotional support, bro. Like I'm crying in my car. You know what I mean? Like I'll do that.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like it's
You guys just keep it simple, it's surface. What about this other statistic? 2/3 say that being a man means some topics are off limits. I'm curious to know what those are.
Probably more
I
emotional.
don't know.
Chaz?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like maybe, you know, not talking about your woman to your friend. Like there's certain topics that between men that y'all don't discuss, or you guys, no, you do?
We don't care. I mean, we just talk.
But you don't talk about like intimate things
Oh, of
about, let's
course-
say,
no, of
see,
course
that's
not.
off
No,
limits.
no.
That's a topic that you don't
No,
share with
Megan,
other men.
should we-
No.
Should we tell them? I mean, we do.
What,
we
you
just don't
do?
Tell, yeah, of course.
Stop.
Like, what?
Breaking
Come on.
news.
Like,
Stop
what?
everything you're doing. Ladies,
Yes.
listen, all
I mean,
ladies
not
are like
now.
with their volume up
Not
right now.
now. You know what I mean? Like,
Y'all
not.
don't share intimate
I don't.
details.
I
Thank
don't.
you.
I never have. I don't know what Barry's
I don't know what
talking
Barry's talking about.
about. Barry's,
Yes, he does.
Barry, you're on your own on that
Yeah.
one. I don't share those types of
I
things.
mean, look.
Come on.
I hate to tell you this, but in high school, in college, maybe in your 20s, that's probably something that happens amongst the fellas. Once you hit your 30s or 40s, then yes, that's not something you're out there
Right.
talking about.
See,
But-
I thought
think
it was only women that we were doing that.
I think it depends too, because I work with a lot with the queer community, and I think gay men are much more in touch with their emotions because I think it's more socially acceptable.
Yeah.
And they talk about everything. They put everything out there with each other, and I think that there's a great opportunity of being able to deepen relationships. I would go on a line and say I think queer relationships with each other are probably deeper and more meaningful, more emotional than sometimes some
Yeah.
straight men.
I understand that. What about the unfair expectations that I feel society puts on men in general? For example, you know, if you ask a woman, like, what's the perfect man? Oh, you know, he's handy. He knows how to hang a TV, change a tire. He's, you know, fit. He looks good. I mean, everything that you guys are supposed to be, providers. He's supposed to, you know, maintain the household. He's also supposed to be there emotionally for us. Do you guys feel that pressure?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yes.
Are we doing that to you guys, or
Yes.
is it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. This is. Yes.
Sorry.
Society is,
You
and I don't,
specific.
And it is,
I feel like I am. Why am I putting all this pressure?
you know, it's really weird. 40 years ago, you know, a man was expected to provide, protect, and do all the things that a man is supposed to do. And then over the years, women decided, you know what, I can do this on my own. I can do this, I can do that. I can, you know, I'm not bashing women by any means at all, but
No, right.
they went out and they said that I can do just what a man can do and this and that. And now we're at a point where I need half. I don't want half. I want you to pay 100%. I need this, I need that. So I'm confused as hell as what women want.
It's
What do
funny
all
you
want?
mentioned that because I do have other guy friends that tell me the same thing. You guys say that you want all this independence and I'm all woman and I don't need a man for this, but then something happens and they're like, well, why is he not paying the bill? Why do we go out and he wants me to pay for half of it? There is that line of confusion between what you guys are supposed to
there's
do.
mixed messages for men. So there's new layers of expectations on men, but society and women are not always keeping up with that. They're not giving space for men to be complex creatures. And actually, Terry Real wrote a book, The New Rules of Marriage, who really calls this out and challenges this, and helps give space to be able to kind of navigate the new ideas of gender roles in
Yeah.
relationships.
Like, I want someone to hold the door for me. Let's.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's talk about expectations.
Do it, yeah.
Hold that, because
Girls,
we're
hold
going to
the
be
door.
talking about, right?
Man, like.
We're going to talk about expectations in the bedroom, because they also have a lot of pressure there. Coming up next. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I'm your host, Cindi Burbano, in for Carolina Sanchez, and I'm here with a fabulous group of men. We got Dr. Ty, we got Barry, we got Chaz, and we're talking about all the stigmas and all these pressures that men have. And we left off with expectations in the bedroom. Okay, so you guys, I hear, are expected to perform like rock stars, are expected to have a certain, I don't know, penis size perhaps. You're supposed to keep up with women, you know, when we're supposed to orgasm every single time everything happens. Do you feel that pressure? Or is it me giving you that pressure again?
No, I think there's certainly a lot of pressure on men. I mean, there's pressure on both sides of this, though. Let's not pretend like all the pressure is on us as men. There's a lot of pressure on women in the bedroom, and we put a lot of pressure on each other. Let's just get that out of the way now. This show is obviously about men and being manly men, but yeah, there's certainly men have pressure on us in the bedroom and size and performance and whatnot. And some of that is societal, some of that is men putting pressure on ourselves, some of that is men putting pressure on each other as men, and some of it is yeah. Ladies, you hoes is mean.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I said it.
Dr. Ty, tell us what's happening here. The expectations in the bedroom.
I want to just caution on gross generalizations.
No, I said it, Doc. Don't soften the blow for him, Doc. Don't let him off the hook, man.
I think you're right. I think that there are certain expectations that come from society, that come from our partners, that come from the opposite gender or the same gender. There are expectations, and one of the things that we really get in a problem that become problematic is when we start to quantify sex. About penis size, or how many orgasms, or my orgasms versus your orgasms. When we start to count and
or we're supposed to do it like 5 times a week. Was it only once?
When we start quantifying it, we start to get into problems. Like sex is supposed to be fun, and whatever fun is for you, that's good sex. And so it's just having communication with your partner about what you want from your sex with your partner, and has nothing to do with the gender, and more about what our actual needs are.
I dated a girl who had you ever played shuffleboard and they have like the red and the blue that they keep score with?
Stop.
That's how she did the orgasm. She'd be like, shh, come on. Yeah.
And what did it look like though? Was it
all
was it a
red.
good board?
It was all red for me. She had no blues, no blues. It didn't last long.
Just
like
I'm
me.
Sure. I'm sure. What about Chaz? 45% of men that were asked this question said that they felt pressure from their partner and judged with their masturbation habits. Is that also an issue between men and women?
Wow.
Yeah, Chess, tell us about your masturbation.
Let's not quantify it,
No,
please.
please do. There's nothing wrong with masturbation. I've never had a partner ask me how many times
Would you feel judged? Would you be uncomfortable to share
Absolutely
that?
not.
Okay, so men are
She
open.
can know. I'll let her know anything. Whatever. Yeah, no problem. It's a natural thing. If you want to know how often I do it, that's fine.
So you're very open sexually, but I feel like a
Absolutely.
lot of men are not, because I do also know, and I'm sure, Dr. Ty, you know that men do feel, as some of them feel, like a sense of embarrassment or shame, or they're not supposed to do that. And I don't know if it comes from being a kid when mom was like, "Don't do that. What are you doing? Why are you taking too long in the shower?" You know, like men have these things. Does it come with that?
Sure. I mean, there's lots of societal expectations, lots of familial, church, social media setting expectations of what we should be doing, and there is no should. Please stop thinking about shoulds. It's just, again, what your needs are. And then specifically around masturbation in relationships, as long as it doesn't impact the relationship, right? If you're masturbating and that meets your sexual needs and you don't have anything left over, you don't have a drive left over for your partner, that's a problem.
Absolutely.
But if you're masturbating on the side and you're still meeting your partner's sexual needs, there's not a problem. So it really just depends, again, on the needs of the relationship.
Well, I'm also speaking in terms of being single, so that's what I'm talking about. I'm not with
Enjoy yourself.
Absolutely, man. Come on, you have to.
So just being single right now, like, do you feel no pressure from women? You're kind of out there. So the pressure comes from your partner, you think?
No, I have no.
Never.
I don't have
It's
those
never been.
issues. No, I'm very open. I'm very clear. Let her know exactly what's going on. No, I have no problems with that.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. But coming up next, I want to talk to Dr. Ty. I was like, that's great, Chaz. You were just perfect. No problems. We're going to be talking about advice. What can we do so men feel more comfortable, so they don't feel as much societal pressure per se? That's coming up next. Welcome back. We've been talking about societal pressures that men have to be manly and all these stigmas. Dr. Ty, I want to go straight to you. Give us some advice. Tell the men out there, what can they do to feel less societal pressure?
Start with taking all the shoulds off your back. There's no should. There's just what you need and what your partner needs.
There's no right or wrong.
There's no right or wrong. Everyone shows up in this world differently. Everyone does. And that's okay. There's enough room for us all to take up space in our unique way. And this dichotomy of extreme masculinity or extreme femininity, like seeing this more on a continuum and allowing us to just be who we are or who we want to be. We don't need to police this. We don't need to tell ourselves that we should be a certain way other than what we feel is right for us. It's simply just listening to what is right for us and allowing ourselves to express that and to be that is the way forward of allowing yourself to just be.
Right. Barry, what do you think? What do you say to women out there that are maybe pressuring their men a little too much? They're expecting, the handyman, the rock star, the porn star, the provider. What do you say?
Stop it.
Stop the nonsense.
Stop
it.
Yeah, stop doing that. I mean, well, unless he's doing that to you, and then turnabout is fair play. Certainly, if he's. But yeah, I mean, stop doing that. That's a lot of pressure that you're putting on an individual who probably is already putting a lot of that pressure on himself.
Yes.
Like as men, y'all don't really realize that, but as men, we're already putting a lot of that pressure on ourselves because of society or because we think that.
Right.
Yeah,
Hollywood.
Trust me, we yeah,
Absolutely.
Hollywood, porn, like movies, like all that
happy
stuff we
endings
read,
in the
stuff
movies,
we
expect the six-pack, the 401k, the
We
big
see
house
that
on the
stuff.
hill.
Yeah.
You guys want all that.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So
So
trust me,
men are-
we don't need y'all doing that. Just mind your business. Leave us the hell alone. We'll put enough pressure on us by ourselves. We don't need you to do it.
Right, we're already stressing y'all a
Yeah.
lot, but Chaz, you were saying like Hollywood and all this stuff. So do you think that men really go out there and try to get all these things because they want to impress women, because they do want to get that woman?
Yes.
That's
Absolutely.
why you guys do it. You don't do it. See, girls.
If y'all didn't exist, we would just be
I
the
would be
slobbiest,
the fattest,
the
nastiest.
Man, please.
No bathing. I wouldn't give a damn.
Stank. We'd
So
all
it's-
weigh 300 pounds.
That's not
we
always
wouldn't
true.
Shave.
Heterosexual man.
Elaborate.
Heterosexual man. Let's go with that.
Gay
Heterosexual
men will
man.
be way more well kept and smell good no matter what. But
Look, the only reason I
Chaz,
go
are
to
you
the
saying you are a very fit human?
I was
Thank
gonna say.
You sold.
I'm right here,
No
bro.
offense.
You
I'm
just
so
went
sorry.
In the
straight over
beginning,
the-
in
No,
the-
it's fine.
You look
No,
amazing.
it's too late now.
And I know
dog.
where you're going with it. In the beginning, I started doing this
I
because
said I wasn't gonna cry.
Song's not about you.
this guy. It wasn't about health. It was about getting more women.
Right.
And that's what it was. Initially.
Yeah.
Now it's about health.
Now it's for you.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I'm
so
getting-
so
I'm-
I, just,
I'm
I want to make sure
older
we're
in
not like
life.
again broad generalizations. Like so there are parts of it that we are motivated by sex, by the opposite part, or by partners and that sort of stuff. That's a portion of it, but it's not all of it.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Just
Yeah.
want-
But yeah.
But, well, with that said, I mean,
Mine's
you
all
guys-
about food.
You guys.
Mine's all about deliciousness.
Everyone has different
Just so we're
motivations.
clear,
Yeah.
this is all about
No,
deliciousness.
you're saying, you do a lot of the things for women. You guys have the pressure in society, I mean, I guess, to look a certain way, to have a certain paycheck, to do the things that, like you said, like Hollywood or those movies that play out like the perfect man, that's the Prince Charming that we want. If it wasn't because you guys had that pressure, you wouldn't be like that.
I probably would. I probably would.
Yes,
I-
you
I
would.
still
Yes,
do.
you would, Chad. I know who you're.
I'm vain.
who you're-
I definitely would be. Yes.
But I have the best advice.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna head over to the bar because a good drink always helps. Our girl Kayla's over
snap.
there. She's gonna tell us how to make Saddle Up.
We've got every episode of The Nightcap, and we can go for hours. Download the Fox Local app on any of the following smart TV platforms and get in on the fun.
Welcome back, and I'm here with our girl Kayla, and we're about to back that glass up. Yes, baby, you served us Saddle Up.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that, Kayla.
Okay, so Saddle Up is a specialty drink we have at Chapman and Kirby.
Ooh, nice. So how much of this are we putting?
So we're gonna start with the watermelon so it's pretty. We're gonna
Okay.
sink the watermelon.
Okay, we're
Okay.
doing. You
so
tell
you do
me
like
where.
a 2 count. It's half an ounce, so like a 2
that
count.
good?
Let's do a little more so it shows at the bottom. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so we got the melon.
We got the melon.
So
I
then we
love
can
this.
do a shot of Casamigos. You can do like a 4
And by
count.
shot, it's like.
At the bar, it's
Is that
at
too
the
much?
bar it's a 4 count. At the bar we're using our jiggers, but that's probably
that-
good. So about
There you
We're
go.
good.
It's kind of like mine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna get the lemonade.
What do you
Yes.
think about us putting societal pressure on men? Do you think that's true? Are they just being crybabies? What's happening here?
I don't think there's enough societal pressure on men anymore.
Really?
I don't.
Elaborate. I'm interested.
Well, we're gonna top with the melon.
The melon.
So that's cute.
Uh-huh.
While I was eavesdropping on the conversation a little bit.
Yeah.
And I feel like women are so independent now because the men aren't doing enough. They're not willing to do enough.
You know what? I think that we just kind of had to take on that role of being mom,
Absolutely.
dad, provider, this, that, the other. And I know the boys are listening right now, so I'm gonna invite them over here before I continue. I see Chaz's face.
Boom!
I just have wait, what happened? What happened? We love you guys. We
Whatever,
love you guys. We love you guys.
Well, maybe not you in particular.
No, he's
But as a
great.
whole,
You know,
I stand on that feeling.
oh my gosh. Well, you guys decide at home. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Carolina, we miss you, and we'll see you guys next time. Salud.
Claro.
Missed out on the nightcap? Well, head on over to our YouTube page and catch up with Carolina.
You can watch full episodes anytime you want. And don't forget to share it with your friends, because we got to keep the conversation flowing.
If you're confident in yourself, who can stop you?
Ding dong, titties.
We're not looking to hurt the sisters,
Gotcha.
but we can get men pretty big.
What, do I look disgusting?
No.
Also, fellas, the toy is not your enemy, it's your teammate.
Tag it in. Join us weeknights on Fox 26 at 11:30 and anytime on Fox Soul.